Hi, this is Ezekiel Jpy, founder of Chf Forex Mentor. So in this video, I'll be revealing what I do on a weekly basis, and I'll be sharing my analysis for this week, which is the 7th of March 2016. So you can refer to this video throughout the week to spot for trade setups. The analysis in this video will be my trading plan for the week. So in my weekly analysis videos, I'll be sharing pairs that are possible setup for the week or pairs that are worth taking note. Okay, so here's the first pair. Okay, this is a recap of what happened last week. Last week itself, we talked about the AUD USD, whereby it is in has been a downtrend ever since 2014, and the thing that is holding it back is the orange line, which is what we have over here. So it has been held back multiple times over here, and over here. So among here, at this period in time, I mentioned that it is the time to look for it for a breakout once it does happens once it does breaks out of the orange line. So after last week video, it did happen and it shot up nicely after which. So I've plotted the blue line kind of at the orange line area last week itself. So here was the breakout after it shot right through the highest point among the orange line, and then it has been going up ever since. So for AUD USD, after being in a downtrend for quite a while, it is now heading up. It has also broken through the previous highs over here, the 1 time, 2 time, and the previous time over here. So it has also broken through. So the next stop where you'll probably stop is the lows that we have over here. So this one will be probably a stronger rejection area that we can see over here as well. Okay, so there's still room for AUD USD to run. Overall, it has been a nice upwards movement. And it should be, because after all, this is a very strong rejection area that has been holding it well since 2014. So it is now going, AUD USD seems to be breaking away from the downtrend and is now heading up into an uptrend. Could it be that it could start as a short-term uptrend, and this short-term uptrend could eventually evolve into a long-term uptrend. But as for now, price has broken through, so here was a good area where we have entered, and now price is now going up towards the next rejection area. Okay, next pair. So next pair I'd like to talk about is the Euro Swiss Franc, EUR-CHF. Okay, so let me remove this first. So for the Euro Swiss Franc, last week itself, it formed a nice long looking pin. So it is a good indication that price is likely to head up based on the weekly pin itself. The last time around, it had a selling pin, price that goes down, and now it forms a buying pin. So all in all, it is a good indication for the trading strategy for this week is to go long, but I will not go long right away. Let me go on to the lower time frame. Okay, so what we can note is also price has broken back above the Bollinger Band, my blue dotted line, and the orange line, so which was the previous strong rejection area. So now price is back into this zone itself, into the upper zone. So if I go on to the 4 hour, I have plotted a line here. So right now here it formed the entire last week pin bar with all this series of 4 hour bars. So the price is now by far, if we look over here, price is still here is my my white line 365. After price broke through my white line 365, it came back to test but couldn't break through, so then it came down. After that, it came back up to test the white line again, and by far there's no closing that closes above the white line. It shot through over here, but it came back down and closed below. So it shows that it respects the white line and my orange line quite a lot. So what I would want to wait for is when price eventually closes above these two lines, then I'll be looking to go long for the Euro Swiss Franc. Okay, next pair, Euro GBP. So Euro GBP on the weekly time frame. Okay, let me remove this. What we can let's see. Okay, what we can see over here is let me remove my lines first so that you all can see clearly. Yeah. Okay. So after price broke through my white line over here back in 2007, and then it came back down towards these two zones again in 2012 and has been respecting. Came back down in 2014 after a series of testing. Eventually it broke through. So what we can notice here is a strong area of rejection. Pretty strong area of rejection. Started since 2007. So right now, after breaking through, price is now going back up to this zone once again. So there is bound to be a strong rejection over here, which is where we can see price is couldn't break through and is still now over at this area right here. So if I go over to the weekly time frame, what we can also see is that it is now in between the top line, which is my white line, which you can see over here, price respected here very clearly. Then after breaking through, so that's the reason why price didn't break through and still respected here. And also my orange line, see, by far there is no closing below the orange line itself. So what I would like to see is if price, because here is a strong area, as we can see over the the monthly lines that we have over here. So right now price is now in a strong area, and which there should be a rejection, and that is what is happening. So this strong area rejection could possibly head it down lower, but if it does break through, then it's going to go back up into the upper zone once more. Okay, so right now the Euro GBP is in a crucial area, which is marked by the weekly time frame white line and the orange line. So this two line itself is a crucial area. That's the reason why price is now in congestion between these two areas itself. So once I do see a proper closure below either the orange line or the white line, then we will have the proper direction to take from then onwards. Okay, so this is Euro GBP. Next pair, Euro JPY. So let's see. Okay, Euro JPY as a whole, it is now going into a downtrend, right? It is now going to a downtrend, and it has broken away from all this series of lines, the levels that we have over here, and it's now going down. So what happened on the weekly time frame itself is it formed a double pin. The double pin bar that is indication that it's probably going to go upwards, but nevertheless it is a strong downtrend before that. So let's go on further. Here, if we see from the double pin bar, right, what we can note is here is all the, I've plotted a line here which is marked by the previous lows, which is the area of strong rejection. So here is the area of the rejection area. Also the 4-hour time frame, there's the 150 and the Bollinger over here, the orange line, the blue dotted line. So I would say it's once it does closes above the red line, which is the previous lows, and also my 4-hour orange and blue dotted line, once it clearly closes above this area, then it shows that the double weekly pin bar on the weekly time frame has taken effect and most likely going to move its way upwards. But as for now, price is still below this couple of line strong rejection area. Okay, so this is Euro Yen. Next pair, XAU USD, which is gold, right? Gold. So gold have been mentioned. I've talked about this, whereby gold has a couple of weeks back. I've already talked that gold is now heading into a short-term uptrend, or you can say it is heading into the uptrend already, coming down from all the previous downtrend itself ever since it's broken the high over here. So I have also mentioned that price is now in between in between all the couple of lines that we have here, which is the white line, my white line over here, my orange line, and my blue dotted line. So that's the reason why price is hovering over here. Let's see on monthly time frame. Okay, so that's the reason why price is hovering over here, and it had still not. So if I remove this, I put this line away first. Okay, let me put this off first. So what we can see is right now price is testing the white line, but has still not closed above the white line itself. So after breaking out over here from the previous highs, is now in an uptrend. So the next area where to stop, which I have also mentioned, which is the lines that we have over here, and the price is now stopping over here as well. So what we can note is this is strong area of rejection because it's the white line, right? So if price, let me put the line back again. Okay, if price, so if we go on to the lower time frame, let's see. Okay, yes, last Friday bar itself, we kind of form a red pin. So because there's a strong rejection area, so if if price do breaks above the highest point in the 4-hour time frame, then it is a good indication that price is now clearly close and move above the white line itself. So this is the indication that I'll be looking. But all in all, I'm still looking at SAU as an overall uptrend. But that is the final confirmation that I'll be seeing on the 4-hour itself. Okay. So next pair, USDCAD. So USDCAD has been in the, if I put on the monthly time frame, after forming a pin right over here, it has been in a downwards movement ever since. So this was a long sharp pin because that prior to that was a long steep uptrend. So usually what will break a steep uptrend will be a very long pin, which is the one that we have over here. So it has been going down ever for the last month and this month itself. Okay, so if you go on to the weekly time frame, price has also closed. Last week itself, price has also closed below the congestion, the rejection area that we have over here, which is the red line that is marked by all the previous highs that we have over here. So there's still more room for the downtrend for USD CAD, and probably may hit down even lower until the lowest point where you probably stop, which will be the next strong area of rejection. If it does eventually goes down, will be the lows over here and the highs over here. Okay, so this is USD CAD. The move started off from the monthly pin bar, which I've covered earlier on. Okay, next pair, CHF Jpy. So CHF Jpy, let me put away the lines. Okay, from what we can see over here, it formed a double pin bar as well. Okay, same like the Euro Yen. So it formed a two pin bar on the weekly time frame, and which is also marked by my blue line, which is because of all the series of previous lows that you have over here. So clearly this is a strong area of rejection, and that's the reason why price is now stopping over here itself. So let me go on to the lower time frame. So I've plotted the line here, which is the high of the pin, and this line here at the lowest point of the pin. So these two areas is now a strong area of congestion, and I'll be looking for which area does it eventually breaks through. So if we go on to the 4-hour time frame, again this is the same like the Euro Yen. It is rejected by my red line, which is the lows and the high of the pin, and also the 4-hour blue dotted line and my orange line. So when price eventually does closes above here, then this is a good indication that the pin is moving off, and that is where we want to go in. Okay, last pair, S&P, right? After last week itself, 2 weeks back I mentioned that, or 3 weeks back I mentioned that price, after rejecting over here, price is now in uptrend. Is going to be a retracement. This lows again is still a strong area of rejection, which we want to see. If price eventually does breaks through this low, then it will be a confirmation for a bear market for the overall stock index, for S&P and the overall stock market itself. So right now price is now retracing back up. Last week itself we formed a pin on the daily time frame. It headed down a little bit, but overall I think there was a news back then. It shot up still. So I've mentioned this lows here, which is an area of strong rejection, and also the couple of lines over here. Price is now hovering over here. So it still doesn't seem that price is going to stop right now. So overall for the S&P, what we can note is that okay, let me move on to the next one, which is the same, the Nasdaq, alright, which is also clearly moves in line with the S&P and the Dow Jones. So if I look over at the Nasdaq, the movement is also same, which is all correlated. I've plotted the box over here, which we can see, because price is now testing a couple of lines, testing a strong rejection area with a couple of lines. The last time around, you have a couple of lines over here and over here. So what happens is when price make in this pair itself, when price makes a series of lines which is around the same lows, right? For this scenario itself, it headed up, but eventually when you break the low over here of the series of lows that we have over here, it shot right through. So the second time it happened is here was a series of highs which is around the same high. Eventually it broke through with a solid break and headed up all the way to the top. So this time round, it is now forming a series of around the same high which is marked by the rejection area. So either way, this is the high that we want to note for. It can be two scenarios over here whereby price didn't break through immediately, it retraces back up, eventually it came back down, but when it does break through, it's a solid break. Or in the second scenario, it broke right through straight away and headed up all the way. Either way, when price breaks through this area which we have over here, this area, and then shut up over here, so and this area, so eventually if it does break through this area, then it is going to be a good solid break itself. So what we can note is the overall market is now at a crucial zone. March is generally a bullish market for the overall stock market itself. So there's a lot of buying basis in March itself as the overall buying sentiment based on history itself. So this could start a stronger movement upwards. Let me go back to the S&P. So if it does start a stronger movement upwards, it may eventually even head up further. But overall, this could even head up all the way from what we can see over here, because the news, even though as much as we want it to go down, right, we have to read what is the movement in the market itself, not by our hearts and not by where we want it to be. So right now price is retracing up, and it could retrace up even further. But once I'll be watching this very carefully, and once is at a crucial strong area of rejection whereby price clearly shows a strong area of rejection, then I'll be updating you all on the possible entry area for us to take its way down. But as for now, from what we can see in the strength of the market, unless there is a sudden strong bearish news that happen, the market is probably not going to go down to this zone here anytime soon, unless there's a massive bearish news that could happen as for now itself. So as for now itself, price will probably be retracing up, or probably move up in a sideways direction. But overall, I'll be watching this and be keeping on the sidelines until it reaches until it's confirmed that it is reaching a strong area of rejection, and that's where we will enter the trade. Okay, so that's all for this week. I'll see you all next week.